Hi, this is Ed from Musika Lessons, and we're going to talk about Adele's Rolling in the Deep. Now, this is off of her second studio album called 21, and it has become a modern classic. All right, I created an easy acoustic guitar arrangement for you, so grab your guitar and we're going to take a look at this tune. I encourage you to check out the blog article for this tune, because there's a section with some useful links to YouTube guitar tabs. There's also a Wikipedia link if you wanted to learn a little bit more about the details of the song. There's also a song specs section which has the title, the writer's credits, metronome markings, the key, as well as the chord progression. And speaking of the chord progression, the chords that you're going to need for this song are A minor, E minor, G, F, and E7. Okay, we're in the key of C minor, but I'm using a capo at the 3rd fret. That's why I gave you the A minor chord. So we're going to be thinking, as guitar players, we're going to think in A minor, which is a lot easier than playing in C minor, because the bar chords that you're going to have to play throughout the tune would really cause some hand strain. So we think in A minor, but we're actually playing in C minor. So capo is very useful. All right, so get yourself a capo, and we're going to put it to use in this song. The other thing that we're going to use is the accompaniment patterns are going to be downstrums, 8th note rhythms, and the palm mute. Okay, so we'll come back and we'll take a look at each of those elements. We'll break them down for you. Chords. All right, our intro begins with 2 measures of A minor. Now I'm going to play the A minor chord, but I'm going to focus on the bottom 3 strings. And I'm going to keep this steady 8th note rhythm throughout. So it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm also using a palm mute technique. So what I'm taking the fleshy part of my palm here, the heel of my hand, and I'm resting it just before the bridge. I'm touching it lightly. I'm not really pushing down to get a little bit more of that throaty kind of sound. It can also quiet the sound a little bit so that we can start building, as the song builds in intensity as we go from section to section. The verse is a 4-bar section that repeats. Okay, so we have 1 measure of A minor, 1 measure of E minor, 1 measure of G, and then 2 beats of E minor, 2 beats of G. Now I'm playing them all as power chords, so I'm really going to aim just for the bottom 2 or 3 strings, and I'm going to keep the steady 8th note rhythm. Here's the verse. Now we're going to go to the pre-chorus. In the pre-chorus, it's also an 8-bar section, and the first 4 bars are F to G, E minor to F. Then it repeats again, F, G, E minor, E7. And you can hear that tension that's going to build to bring us into the chorus. Now, when I get to the pre-chorus, I do want to build a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to loosen up my palm mute, and I'm going to also accent this 2 and the 4 beat. 1. Okay, so you hear that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm doing a little backbeat thing there. So what I'm doing is I'm reinforcing the snare drum. So here's the pre-chorus. now I'm ready for the chorus. Okay, now we're at the chorus. Okay, so we built from that big E7 at the end of the pre-chorus. At this point, I'm going to keep the eighth notes going. I'm strumming the full chord this time, and I'm letting go of the palm mute so that we can get a little bit more intensity as we build into the chorus. And the chorus itself is an 8-bar section. It's a 4-bar pattern that repeats. Okay, so we have one measure of A minor, one measure of G, one measure of F. Then the fourth measure is 2 beats of F, 2 beats of G, and those 4 bars repeat. Okay, so I'm coming out of the pre-chorus. And we're back into the verse. Okay, and the last section of the tune is the bridge. Okay, so after the chorus, you saw we went back to the verse. The song form continues, so we repeat verse, pre-chorus, and chorus again. But now, after the second chorus, we're going to go to the bridge. And the bridge is 8 measures. We start out on F, then a measure of G, measure of A minor, a measure of G. Those are the first 4 bars of the bridge. The last 4 bars are 2 bars of F and 2 bars of G. And it continues to build. Now when we come from the chorus into the bridge, we're going to bring it down a little bit, build it right back up to the chorus, and then we're going to head out of the tune. Okay, so we're coming out of the chorus into the pre-chorus. And then we go back into the chorus. So what you saw was in the first 4 bars of the bridge, I started using a palm mute again, and I started also focusing more on the power chord, more on the bottom part of the. I didn't get as quiet as I do in the verse, but I was playing a little bit with the dynamics of the tune. Okay, so Rolling in the Deep is a fun tune to play. You start playing those 8-note rhythms, and somebody's going to come in and start singing. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I thank you again for hanging with me, and I'll see you next time.